Yo, welcome back to Jay's Gamepad, everybody, and the What's Tapping podcast. Today, I'm going to be going knee deep, scuba dive deep into the 2023 Game Awards. So, first and foremost, I just want to say please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you like this content or any of man's content. So, as I said, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts, opinions, and I'm going to be breaking down what I thought of the 2023 Game Awards. You know what I'm saying? The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it's going to be. But yeah, just give you my thoughts and opinions. Now, what I will say overall about the Game Awards is that I thought the first half of it was good. I thought it ran quite smoothly. I thought it was quite entertaining. I thought the trailers were good. I thought the games that won the awards was, you know what I mean? I feel like they were well deserved. There wasn't any real like shock winners and stuff like that. But also I felt like that the second half kind of like ran a little bit slow. It was a bit boring, maybe because a lot of the announcements, the game trailers and stuff that they were dropping just didn't appeal to me. I just wasn't feeling it. Now, what I will say is this: the Game Awards it can be quite subjective depending on the type of games that you're into, the type of games that you've played, and the type of games that you personally expected to see win. So take my opinion with a pinch of salt. But when I was watching it, I just felt like the first half was good and second half was just boring as fuck. I keep it real with you. I keep it real. Now, there were some funny things and some interesting things in regard to this game show. So, like the winners, for example, when they were going up on stage and they were collecting their trophies, they were like literally up there for like 60 seconds max. And when they were taking a little bit too long, you heard that music playing, and I just felt, and I kind of thought to myself, hold on a second, why are they rushing the winners of the stage like so quickly? And it's basically because of like last year, you had the actor that played Kratos from God of War Ragnarok and stuff. He was up there breaking down, crying some long ass speech that lasted like 8 minutes, and like they probably didn't want to repeat of that. So I got that and I understood that, but I kind of think that they kind of overcorrected with that. They overcorrected with that. So I just felt it was a little bit like funny and weird at the same time, and a little bit hypocritical. And the reason why I say that is because Jeff Keighley like allowed Hideo Kojima to come up there to talk for like 8 to 10 minutes, and he didn't even win anything. He just came up there to talk about his new game that's coming out called OD and drop some like trailer, if you want to call it that. That to me looks like some tech demo, and that didn't really show us or tell us anything in regards to the game itself. And that just showed me that like how far Jeff Keighley's got his tongue up. He was at Hideo Kojima's a-hole. I just found that funny, you know what I'm saying? And mad hypocritical, the fact that you got winners going up there to collect their trophies and they're getting like hushed and rushed off the stage, like like within 60 seconds. I don't know, man. So I don't know. I kind of felt that like Jeff Keighley kind of overcorrected from last year. Like they should allow them to go up there for, at least a couple minutes, 3 minutes max or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people, winners up there, like trying to like thank everybody that was a part of the game. And 60 seconds isn't really enough time to really do that. You know what I'm saying? To thank the Lord, to thank the people you worked with, to thank the gamers that went and bought the game. Like it wasn't enough time, in my personal opinion. So I kind of thought that was a little bit funny. So yeah, so overall, I felt that the game show was decent. I think the majority of the winners deserved to win, and I kind of like suspected that certain games were gonna win, and they did win. So, like from my perspective, it wasn't really a big surprise, shall I say? But what I will say is that I don't know, man. 3.5 hours is, I don't know. It's a long time for me, like to sit there and watch something for that long, where half of it was just dragging and boring. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I've got a little list of like games, trailers, and announcements that I was kind of expecting to see during this game show, and I didn't see it, and I was a little bit surprised. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, like one of the first games I was hoping to see a new trailer, announcement or like a release date or something is Stellar Blade, aka Project E, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Now that's a game that I've got my eye on. I was hoping to see a trailer and get like a release date. We've been seeing and hearing they've been drip feeding us information in regards to this game for a hot minute, and I was hoping that they will come out, they'll drop a trailer, and bam, game comes out. Oh no, early was it early 24 or something. We never got that. Another game that we didn't get a trailer or anything for was Lost Soul Aside, another game that's been in development for a hot minute. Again, drip feeding us trailers, information. I was hoping we would get a trailer again, an announcement, a fixed release date of when the game is coming out, and we just never got that. So I was thinking, okay, wow, what's going on with that? Also, Phantom Blade Zero. We last saw that in, when did we last see that? It was the Sony State of Play, and that was a new IP. So I was hoping we maybe get like an update trailer or something, you know what I'm saying, or like a rough release date for that. I don't know, maybe it's a bit too early, like, but I was hoping to see that as well. We didn't really see any Tekken 8, considering the fact that it comes out Jan 2024. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying, like maybe they would come out, you know, show us some new trailers, give us some new information, and post up a new beta. I don't know, because there's a beta coming out for Tekken 8, so I was hoping that would happen. We had no real trailers or information in regards to Hades 2. That was another IP that I've kind of got my eye on, so I was a little bit disappointed. And also the fact that we had Hideo Kojima on stage talking about this game OD or whatever, like that is coming out on Xbox. I don't think it's an Xbox exclusive. I think it's like a timed exclusive, or it's coming out on PlayStation eventually. So I don't know, man. Like originally I thought that was like an exclusive IP that was coming out for Xbox. And I was thinking, okay, cool. Xbox are getting an exclusive IP, but come to find out that's not really the case. So Xbox fans probably a little bit annoyed with that. I don't know. Maybe you lot are happy at the fact that it's going to be a time exclusive, like how Hellblade was on the PlayStation, on the PS4. It was a time exclusive, and eventually it came out on the Xbox and stuff. So I don't know, but yeah, we had no talk of Death Stranding 2, considering the fact that Hideo Kojima's working on that as well. So he's juggling two balls at the same time, two games. So yeah, was it no new trailer, no new information, and the fact that he was out there for 8 minutes as well, he had more enough time to talk about two games. It's like, come on. And I know Jordan Peele was up there. I like a lot of these films. I think he's a talented director, writer, whatever it is. But they didn't. Was it like they were just spitting nothing? They weren't saying anything to me. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, um, also, we had no information in regard to the Last of Us factions, nothing definitive. It would have been, I think it would have been a good time for maybe Sony and Naughty Dog and Neil Cuckman to come out and give us some information in regards to faction, what's really going on with it, or give us some information or some new trailer in regards to the Last of Us 2 remastered that's coming out soon. I don't know, man. So anyway, and yeah, and I thought it was criminal. I'm gonna say this here because like no one's really like mentioned this. Yeah, this is fucking criminal. How was it a game like Hogwarts Legacy wasn't even nominated? And if this doesn't show you and tell you the bias of the gaming access media, yeah, I don't know what else does, because regardless of your thoughts or your opinions politically or whatever it is, facts are facts. The game sold crazy numbers. It made mad money. It made mad peas. It's a really good game, a really good RPG. And just because the game access media, like all these liberal developers or whoever, whatever they are, have this warped opinion on rolling, I just think to myself, it's just silly. Like at the end of the day, you can't deny it. It's a good game, and just because you don't like someone's politics, you're not even willing to acknowledge it. And I think that is so fucked up. They could have at least like had this game nominated, even if you didn't win anything. All right, and cool, but at least acknowledge the goddamn game. And the fact that this game was nowhere to be seen, oh no, man, bloody criminal, man. I don't know. Let me know up in the chat what you think about the fact that Hogwarts Legacy wasn't even nominated. Wasn't even goddamn nominated. It's a bloody crime. Oh no, man. Anyway, and last but not least, obviously GTA 6, it got leaked, then they came out and had to release the trailer. And listen, I've seen the numbers, millions of views for this trailer. I think, yeah, that the devs have missed the trick. They should have just listened. When the world gives you lemons, you make lemonades. And I would have just rolled with the punches, and I would have just released this trailer again on, you know, the 2023 Game Awards, and just thought, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, your hand's already been forced. Your hands have already been forced. So if it's already been forced, then utilize it. Make it, I mean, like, make a negative into a positive. And this was a perfect opportunity for them to do that. And they just didn't do that. So I was kind of surprised. I was thinking, yeah, we're going to see like GTA 6, and we just didn't see it. And it was weird to me. But oh no. So they're all the IPs that I was hoping that we will get, like you know, like trailers, new information, release dates, whatever, and we just didn't get any when it came to any of these games IPs. So I don't know, man. I just thought I'd just talk about it because like no one's going to really talk about certain things like that. But you come to this channel, you come to Jay's Gamepad, you come to the What's Tapping podcast, and here I keep it 100 real, 100% real. So anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the nominees. I'm going to tell you my thoughts and opinions about, you know, who won and who should have won and so forth and so on. But yeah, let's get into that, man. Let's get into that. Like, I'm doing this live, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing this live by myself, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let me switch it up here. Let me switch it up. Okay, then. I hope you can see Wagwan. I hope you can see what I'm seeing here. Okay, then. So game of the year. One, I won't say the biggest award, because the player's choice, the player's voice is just as big as this, in my personal opinion. Before we go anywhere, just in case you're not aware, you know, for the casual gamer or the individual that don't really know about certain things. So basically, for the majority of the awards, it's the gaming access media, the media, they vote, and their vote makes up, I think it makes up like 70 to 80%. I might be wrong, please correct me in the chat, but it's the majority vote. And basically, us as gamers, should I say, we make up the minority. So even if it's 20%, 30%, it doesn't matter if there's like 5 million, 10 million of us. If we vote for a game to get game of the year, and the game access media decide to say no, another game's getting game of the year, even the fact that there's less of them, their vote holds more sway. So this is the reason why that I say that the game of the year isn't the biggest award for this award show. It's also the player's choice, the player's voice, because that one award is an award where us as gamers, we make up the majority vote. So I would say both of them go hand in hand, and it's very rare. It's very rare that a game will get the same game will get the game of the year and the player's choice and the player's voice game of the year. And yeah, so as you can see right here, we had Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Marvel Spider-Man 3, Resident Evil 4, Mario Brothers Wonder, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and of course Baldur's Gate 3 won game of the year. Now listen, I'm not really into these type of games, but even I could see the hype and how good this game was. The dedication, the commitment that the studio and the love that they put into this game, and this game is phenomenal. Like, like at the end of the day, I don't have any issues, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Like Alan Wake, like it could have snatched it, but I don't know, man. Alan Wake got mad love, but Baldur's Gate 3 was getting crazy love. Marvel Spider-Man 2, I can see why that never really got it, because even though that they evolved the gameplay, the system, and enhance everything, you know, you get a lot of people that look at the game and probably just think, oh, okay, well, it's just like another upgraded version of Marvel Spider-Man, which was a good game, by the way. And Resident Evil 4, I love that game. I played it, but it's a remake at the end of the day. I don't know how many remakes actually won game of the year, but I understand why it didn't. And the other two is what it is. So let's keep it moving because we've got limited time. Best game direction, Alan Wake 2. Now, I can understand why Alan Wake 2 won this, because I haven't played it. I've played the first one. I'm gonna play Alan Wake 2 eventually, but from the trailers and from the gameplay footage and the stuff that I've seen online, Game direction, it looks phenomenal. Like Remedy's done an amazing job. Like they've done such a good job, and I can clearly see that. Baldur's Gate 2, or sorry, Baldur's Gate 3, should I say? I thought it might have snatched it, to be honest with you, because like I think overall, I think like Lawrence Studios, I think they cleaned up with, I think they came up with 5 or 6 awards, something like that. And to be honest with you, like whoever gets, like, I mean, like the game of the year, they tend to get like 6 to 7 awards. It just that's just how it goes, and it kind of makes sense to me because if you get game of the year, but you don't win anything else, that doesn't make any sense to me because all the other categories are kind of like, well, if you're getting game of the year, really and truly, you should get other categories, right? So, but yeah, in regards to the best game direction, clearly Alan Wake, I don't really disagree with that, to be honest with you. All the other games, even though that they are really good games, we've kind of like seen that like formula. Like Alan Wake, they like, you can see the innovation, you can see the creativity, you can see that they went in a direction, like a really dark direction. It's very clever with what they tried to do with 2 characters, and you can switch from like both of the characters at will during the game and stuff. So you can see the creativity with Alan Wake 2. So I'm not really gonna disagree with that. It is what it is. It is what it is. Best narrative. I can understand why Final Fantasy 16 wouldn't have got it, because personally I like the game, but I know that a lot of people didn't really enjoy the game as much as I did. Marvel Spider-Man 2. Even though I do think the storytelling was good in that game, I do also think that we're seeing retelling of stories that we already know in some shape or form. So I can understand why maybe that game never got it. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, that could have got it as well, because Phantom Liberty is an amazing expansion, DLC, whatever you want to call it, godlike. And CD Projekt Red, they have 95%, in my personal opinion, redeemed themselves. Not 100%, but they've 95% redeemed with a capital R. They've redeemed themselves. Not fully, but nearly there. And Baldur's Gate is an RPG. RPGs have got really good lore, story, world building, and stuff like that. So I'm quite surprised that like Baldur's Gate 3 never got it. But Alan Wake's story is quite unique, quite original. Take like picking up after Alan Wake, the first one, and stuff. But basically, it deals with the supernatural and so forth and so on. You can take it wherever you want, and Remedy clearly took it where they took it. And the narrative, yeah, it was good. It was good. So best narrative, Alan Wake 2. I won't go through all of these. I'll just go through some of them, like the most important awards in my personal opinion. Best art direction, Alan Wake 2 won it. High Five Rush, was it Rush was there? Lies of P. Now, my brother, Manakima Laji, he's currently playing Lies of P's, and yeah, Lies of P, and he says it's a good like game. It's a really, really good game. So, yeah, Zelda. Again, we've seen the art style. We've seen that from the first one, so they haven't really done anything new in regard to art style. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Again, we've seen that kind of art style. High Five Rush. We've seen similar art styles, stuff like Jet Set Radio and other games like that. But I don't know, man. I do like the art style of High Five Rush, but the art style in Alan Wake 2, they went in. They went in. I can't lie. I can't lie. I won't argue with that. Best art direction. Let's see what else. One. Best audio. Yeah, High Five Rush. It makes sense because that game is centered based around music, rhythm, and stuff like that. And music in that game is sick. I've got the soundtrack. It is good. I won't lie. So yeah, fair enough. Like I won't argue with it. And what I will say is that this year is like, I think most of the winners of all these categories, I think that the majority of them are well deserved, and it does make sense. So you're not really gonna hear much argument from me, in my personal opinion. Apart from what I said earlier, the fact that like Hogwarts Legacy wasn't even anywhere to be seen, which is criminal. A game like that, yeah, a game as good as that, regardless of what you think about, the person that created the whole world of Harry Potter and stuff like that. the game is good. The gameplay was good, and it made so much money. I just don't understand how anybody can deny it. Anyway, best performance awarded to an individual for voice cover, acting, motion, and or performance capture. Let's see who won it. So we've got Neil Newburn from Baldur's Gate 3. It just makes sense. Baldur's Gate 3 did get Game of the Year, and like I said, that game is about characters, story, world building, adventure, stuff like that. So you need good performances from these actors. You really need good performance from the actors. I do think Ben Starr in Final Fantasy 16 was really good. I won't lie. Reason why I say that, because he had to play three versions of himself when he was young, when he was like, I think he might have been like mid-30s, and when he was like a little bit older, maybe like 40 something or whatever. So he had to play three versions of himself. I think he did a really good job. Idris Elba, back, my brother from London, from the UK, with Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. Listen, man, it's Idris, and I ain't gonna lie, he did a good job. Like, I was kind of a bit surprised that maybe like, you know, like he didn't win it. Like, in my personal opinion, I was kind of like thinking that it was going to be Ben Starr, maybe Idris was going to win it, but it does make sense that Neil Newborn won it. Like, it does make sense. I can't lie. I can't cap. So let's keep that moving. Innovation in accessibility. Let's just skip that. I'm not really interested in that. Keep it moving. Games for impact. I'm not really interested in that. Let's keep it moving. Best ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that involves the player experience over time. Let's have a look. Apex Legend, Genshin Impact. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. And the reason why I'll easily say that, because Cyberpunk is probably other than maybe Fortnite and Apex Legend and Genshin Impact, I think Cyberpunk by far is probably the better story. Like, I think it's more deserving. And again, I'll go back to saying that because CD Projekt Red fucked up with the lies and manipulation and propaganda, you know, supported and hyped up by the gaming access media with their tongue so far up CD Projekt Red's a-hole, they all contributed to this to that bullshit. So the fact that they've managed to not 100% redeem themselves, but the fact they was able to redeem themselves to the level or to the point that I think that they've redeemed themselves, which is 95%. I said it would have been 100% if there would have been New Game Plus. There's no New Game Plus with the Ultimate Edition, with the with the update 2.1, but they have put in a lot of work. They've done a lot of work with the community. I believe that they're truly sorry. And actions speak louder than words. And through the action, they have shown me, and I would hope other gamers too, that they have redeemed themselves, if not fully, but very close. So yeah, I think that the fact that they was able to keep on going, like their story, their journey, like, yeah, it makes sense to me. Oh no, listen, if you disagree with any of these winners or anything like that, let me know in the chat or the comment section down below what you think, or what game you would have preferred to win in any of these categories that I'm talking about right now. So, because they'd be interesting, you know what I'm saying? We all don't need to agree, but we can respectfully disagree at the same time. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game update / patches. Ooh, okay. I can see why Baldur's Gate 3 would have won it, because again, I've said it before, but it's a game that they're gonna keep on having to update and patch and stuff like that. But at the same time, you could have easily given it to CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077. You could have easily given it to No Man's Sky and Hello Games with their redemption arc. You know what I'm saying? Very similar to CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk 2077. And like with No Man's Sky, they have continued to this date to like improve this game free of cost. They haven't, I don't think they charge for any like expansions or major updates or anything like that. So I don't know, man. I mean, like, Final Fantasy 16 hasn't been that long enough, to be honest with you. I know they've done a few updates and patch and improved certain aspects of the game, but nothing major in my personal opinion. Destiny 2 and Bungie, we all listen. I don't know if you've heard it, but with Destiny 2 and Bungie, they've been doing some fuckeries recently. They've been doing the madness for a hot minute. It is what it is. Yeah, so I won't really like. Yeah, I don't think Bungie's really been putting in that work, to be honest with you. They seem more concerned with nickel and diamond people. But yeah, so Baldur's Gate 3, it could have easily been Cyberpunk 2077 or No Man's Sky. But yeah, I won't really argue with that. Best independent game. No, I'm not really interested in that right now. Best debut indie. Nope, I'm not really interested in that. Best mobile game. No, I don't play mobile games, to be honest with you. So I don't really I'm not really interested in that. Best VR/AR for the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality in respective of platform. Let's have a look. Gran Turismo, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what? To be honest with you, I haven't played or seen Gran Turismo 7 in VR. I've played Gran Turismo Sport in VR, and the immersiveness and for the power of the headset of the first PlayStation VR headset, it looked really, really good. And in regards to racing games, it was by far the best looking racing game on the PlayStation 4 or in regards to the PlayStation VR headset. But Resident Evil Village VR mode, the whole game in VR, could come on now. Like, I've said it before, but I will say it here. I really like what Capcom are doing in regards to Resident Evil games. And one of the reasons for me saying this is because I love the fact that they are building layers in regard to their game. They are creating different levels of immersion where you can play the game in first person mode, third person mode, or VR. And there isn't many or hardly any other games that are doing that or that is committed to doing that. And Capcom are killing it. They are killing it. So I've played Resident Evil 7 in VR, the whole game from beginning to end. To be honest with you, that's how I actually like got into playing 7. I wasn't going to play it. I tried to play it normally first person. That jump from playing all Resident Evil games from third person to first person, I couldn't get down with it. But the VR really helped me to help that transition and help me to actually play and really really enjoy the game. I won't lie. And if it wasn't for playing that game in VR, Resident Evil 7, I would never have even tried to play Resident Evil Village. But Resident Evil Village is a godlike game, amazing game. And yeah, I know the levels and the fact that we're talking about PlayStation VR 2, the fidelity, the haptic feedback triggers, the immersiveness, graphically, everything. Oh, yeah. I haven't played it, but I can imagine it. So yeah, it makes sense to me. Let's see, best action game. So we've got Armored Core, we've got Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, High Five Rush, and Redmond 2. I don't know, because I haven't played, like I've touched High Five Rush, but I haven't really played any of the other games. But again, one of my good friends, my brothers, he's got Armored Core, and I've seen him play it. He actually streamed a couple, a couple bits of it on Twitch and stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you, the game looks good. Like if you like mech action games, if you like games like Sony the Enders or Sony Enders Second Runner, or you're into animes like Gundam or what's it called? Neo Genesis, Evangelion, or like just mech animation in general. I'm missing a lot right now, but yeah, if you're into that, you will love this game. And the customization, like with your mech. Like I've seen like gamers customize their mechs to where like Grand Lagun. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Grand Lagun, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say anything, but they customize their mech to look like that. You know what I'm saying? So the customization in that game is amazing. The online experience on that game is amazing. And even the fact that like the mechs look kind of chunky, you think that they will move slow? Nah. It's next levels. But at the same time, from my personal opinion, I could easily see how High Five Rush would have got it. You know what I'm saying? Tango Games, was it GameWorks? Like they are really good developers, and that game looks really good. So it could have easily gone to them, but I think Arm and the Core. I mean, I think it was well deserved, to be honest with you. But that's just from what I've played. I haven't played other games, so I can't give you my opinion from the games that I've played. You know what I'm saying? Best action slash adventure. For the best action slash adventure game, combining combat and traversal and puzzle solving. Let's see. Okay, so the winner was The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. This is weird because combining combat and traversal. Okay, maybe. So I don't really agree with like Zelda winning it, to be honest with you, because I think that in regards to in regards to combat and traversal and puzzle solving and being an action adventure game, I think that like Spider-Man, in my personal opinion, is a better game. Um, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I can understand maybe why was it Survivor never got it, because of the fact that like the game came out like quite buggy and broken and stuff. So a lot of people that played it and experienced it probably didn't enjoy it. And we're talking about the gaming access media, because like I said, they make up the majority of the vote. So they're getting game early access. They're playing like the earlier versions of the game, and it's very rare that you get these get the media coming out, like, you know, doing update reviews of how the game looks and performs after updates and stuff like that. So I can understand why that never got it. Resident Evil 4, a remake, like you're always going to hear that it's a remake, but it is a beautiful godlike game, but it is a remake, so I can get it. But Spider-Man, I think Spider-Man probably should have got it. Alan Wake 2, the puzzles are very creative, I will say that. They're definitely, I mean, like action event, it's hard to say. Me personally, what was it? I would have gone with Marvel Spider-Man 2. I don't think like Zelda should have won it. It's basically like an extension of the first game. That's just my opinion. So I don't know, man. I don't think that there was that much real innovation and stuff. I haven't really seen anything innovating in regards to the first game, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's keep it moving. Best RPG. Baldur's Gate 3. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 was going to win it, because you can't give an RPG the best game of the year and don't give it the best RPG game of the year. That doesn't even make any sense. You have to do it off rip. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give it to another game, you're contradicting yourself, because the game is an RPG. So it has to win. You know what I'm saying? Final Fantasy 16 was never going to win it, because I'm fully aware of the general consensus of that game, even though I have a different opinion on it, but it is what it is. Sea of Tears, I don't really know much about that game, so I can't really talk much about it. Just like Lies of P, but again, my friend's playing it and he speaks highly positively about that game, so I've got to just take his word. And we pretty much have similar taste when it comes to a lot of things, not all things, but most. Starfield, that game came out to mad hype, but it didn't end up being what people thought it was going to be, and I don't know, man. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, it makes sense. It makes sense. Let's keep it moving. Okay, best fighting game. For the best game design, primarily around head-to-head combat, Street Fighter 6. If you can hear that banging, please forgive that. That's my neighbor or someone upstairs. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just banging up the place. Anyway, best Street Fighter. Now I don't agree with it. I don't think Street Fighter is, because I've played Street Fighter. I've seen it. I don't like the way it looks. They used the RE engine. It doesn't look like they have, but it doesn't look good to me. Yeah, the combat. I just think that manual mode or whatever you want to call it is bullshit to me, man. Listen, I understand you want to try and get like gamers and players, like newbies, to come and get involved. You know, more players, more money and stuff like that. But I just think overall, with all the updates and stuff and what I've been seeing, I watched a few tournaments online. Yeah, nah. Me personally speaking, I would have given it to Mortal Kombat 1. That game looks phenomenal. It plays phenomenal. The system looks good. The blood, the gore, but it's Mortal Kombat. So me saying that doesn't really mean anything when I say that shit. But it's Mortal Kombat. But like the high attention to detail, and I haven't really heard too many people complain about that game in regards to the system and the balancing, in regards to the way I've heard players and gamers complain about Street Fighter 6. Yes, there have been some complaints, especially with your assist character and stuff like that, you know, but overall, I haven't played any of the other games, so I can't really talk about them. But yeah, me personally speaking, Mortal Kombat 1 should have got it. That's just my opinion, but let me know what you think if you disagree. I don't know. Best family game. Yeah, Mario Wonder, it makes sense. Disney Illusion Island. Disney. Let's not talk about Disney. Like, they're all over the place right now, man. They're all over the place. Sonic Superstars. Yeah, it makes sense that Mario won it. It makes sense that Mario won it. Nope, I'm not really interested in this category. Best sports racing for best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game. Okay, so basically just sports games and racing's included in that. So we got Forza Motorsport. I think it's funny that Gran Turismo 7 is not here. Don't you think it's weird? I don't know, but anyway. So Gran Turismo is not here. Oh, actually, yeah, it probably wouldn't be there because Gran Turismo came out last year, I think, or came out a while ago. So yeah, my bad. So FIFA, EA Sports, whatever you want to call it, FC 24, F1 23, Forza, Hot Wheels Unleashed, Crew. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I get it. It does make sense. Even though I think the nominees wasn't anything to write home about, but I do get it. Best multiplayer. Again, you have to give it to Baldur's Gate. You have to. Like, I'm not even going to speak about it. Let's just keep it moving because it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Best adaptation. So recognizing outstanding creative work and faithful and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium, like films, anime, TV series. That's basically it, to be honest with you. Okay. So let's see. Gran Turismo was a good film, I won't lie, and I think the reason why Gran Turismo was as good as it was because it was also based on a true story as well. Yes, they took, like, you know, creative liberties, but the fact that they was able, it's okay. So it's based on Gran Turismo. It's based on a real life story that involved Gran Turismo, it was a gamer becoming a real life racer. That's why that film was like had levels and layers to it. So, like, I was thinking maybe Gran Turismo might take it, but then again, we're talking about The Last of Us, and we know how far the gaming access media has their tongue up Naughty Dog and Neil Cuckman's fucking a-hole. It was obvious that The Last of Us was going to win, but it might sound like I'm hating. I'm not. The HBO series was actually good. I won't cap. I won't lie. I won't try to deceive you. It was actually good. I can't lie. I can't cap. It was good. As time went on, I didn't think the actors looked like was it like Joel and Ellie from the game? But as time went on, they grew into their characters, and they took certain creative liberties. Some a bit more than others that I didn't particularly agree with, but overall, I did think it was really good. I won't lie. So I understand why it won, but I know the real reason why it won, and it wasn't for like it wasn't for the same reasons that I think it won for. Put it that way, you know. Castlevania, it was good. I watched that series. It was good, but it wasn't good as the previous series. So I do understand why that never won it. Super Mario Brothers movies. That movie was good and it was hella fun, and it was for the family. It was for like for gamers like myself that grew up with the original Nintendo, playing Super Mario Brothers and all the Mario games up until God knows when. Yeah, it had everything for every type of gamer, and even if you wasn't into games, you could still go and watch it. And I think that really and truly, I think maybe Super Mario Brothers should have won it, really, because they did a good job of adapting it that game or that whole franchise into a working, beautiful piece of art that stayed 100% authentic and real to the characters and the game and the lore of Mario. That's just my personal opinion. But but like, I don't know. it's close with Last of Us. It's close with Last of Us. Let me know what you think should have won this category. Maybe you thought Gran Turismo or Super Mario or Twisted Metal. I never watched it, so I don't know. Or Castlevania, but I think, to be honest with you, I think it's probably a close second and third between The Last of Us and Super Mario Brothers, and Gran Turismo coming in very close at third, in my personal opinion. So yeah, the most adapted. Okay, so the most anticipated game, recognizing and announced game that has dramatic. Was it? Was it demonstrable, illustrated potential to push the game? Okay. So, yeah, it's Final Fantasy Rebirth. I can't cap. It's Final Fantasy Rebirth. Tekken 8, very close second in my opinion. If Tekken 8 would have won it, for me, like, I wouldn't have argued it really and truly, but I do understand that why Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Don't care about content creator of the year. Don't care about best esports. Don't care about athlete. Don't care about best esport team. I don't care about the coach. I don't care about that either. And that was it. Oh, and what's not on here? Okay, but anyway, and just so you're aware, so the player's choice, the player's voice game of the year also went to Baldur's Gate, as I mentioned it at the top of this podcast. Yeah, it makes sense. Like I said before, I truly believe, yeah, that if a game is, because like the argument that I have is that, like, with this award show, it's voted by the majority of the journalists, the gaming access media, and so forth and so on. Individuals that live in a bubble, they live in echo chambers. They think the same. They feel like they have to follow trends and so forth and so on because they don't want to be ostracized from the bubble or the group and whatever. And a lot of what they do is because of access. Now, you can easily argue that, are their opinions or are their thoughts and opinions really their own, or are they, I mean, or is it because they need advertising money, they need access, so it can be the first to get access to games and whatever, and be the first to report on it, so it can get that whatever. So when they vote for something, I take it with a grain of salt. Was it a grain of salt? You know what I'm saying? You have to, you know what I'm saying? You really do. But if the gamers, the players, go out and spend their hard-earned money on a game and they play it and they come together, or they have the same thought of, yes, this game is the best game of the year, that holds way more weight than a bunch of individuals that got access, bubbles, echo chambers, and so forth and so on. So when you get a game and you have two sides of the spectrum agreeing that this game is game of the year, you can't argue it. You really can't, to be honest with you. You can't, you know. And even if the game access media said it was another game, and the players and the gamers said it was I don't know, Baldur's Gate 3, their opinion holds more weight to me, and it should hold more weight to you. So that's why, like, in the past, where there's been games where, I remember, like, when Last of Us Part 2 got Game of the Year, and the Game Access Media and everybody, they voted for it. Then the player's choice and player's voice, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Ghost of Tsushima? Was it Ghost of Tsushima? I can't remember, but it was another game. And yeah, it was the other game. It was Ghost of Tsushima, what other game that was. That was Game of the Year, because the people, the majority, you got to remember, the majority as well that go and buy the game had to go and do this, you know what I mean, peel bread to go and buy something and play, spend time to play it, actually finish the goddamn game. Because a lot of these game access media, a lot of these journalists, like, they don't finish the game, half of them, or the majority of them, they don't finish the game, you know. So the fact that, like, somebody will go and spend the money and play the game, finish it, and have an opinion and say, yeah, I think or feel, or my opinion that this game is game of the year. You like, it holds more weight to me, and it should hold more weight to you too. You know what I'm saying? Not telling you how you should think or feel or whatever it is, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, they're all the basically, yeah, so they're all the games that won and stuff like that. And as you can, I mean, as you heard, the majority of them, I agree with. You know what I mean, I won't lie. And I thought, in regards to the, I mean, the games that won, I don't really disagree with it. Like, I can't real, sorry, I can't lie to you. Like, I can't really disagree with it. It is what it is. So, you know, but yes, we also had some announcements and trailers and stuff like that. And there were some things that I was quite happy to see, and the majority of it was like, what the fuck is this? And this is the reason why I said at the top of this video that the second half of the show was just dragged on, it got boring, and part of it was also to do with the fact that, pardon me, part of it was also to do with the fact of the trailers and games that they were announcing and stuff like that wasn't really hitting with me personally, you know. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, so let's go through some of the stuff that stood out to me. Okay, so all PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 announcement at the Game Awards. There's others as well. So Monster Hunter Wild is coming out on the PlayStation 5 2025 release date. Again, I know quite a few individuals, quite a few of my close friends that love Monster Hunter, so they were happy to see that. So we've got Monster Hunter coming out 2025. Got a couple of years, but you know what, it is what it is. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla announced, free DLC out next week on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. I love the fact that this is for the PS4 and the PlayStation 5, because what I'm seeing a lot of recently is that you're seeing the same game on the PlayStation 5 get like DLC or expansion, and they're not even bringing it out on the PS4. And I think that's kind of a bit fucked up, because these games released on the PS4 first, or they release on both platforms at the same time, but the majority bought the game on the PlayStation 4. And I think that if the majority of your gamer base or your fan base or your audience or whatever it is buys your game dominantly on a console like the PlayStation 4, I think, yeah, that you're doing them disservice if you're not releasing extra content for the same game on the PS4 and not on, sorry, on the PlayStation 5 and not on the PS4. I think that is a disservice and a smack in the face to the gamers that went out there and spent their hard-earned money on the game, only for later on for you to say, oh yeah, we're not releasing this DLC on the PlayStation 4. We're releasing it on the PlayStation 5. Now, on the other hand, I get it. I understand it. You want a lot of the PlayStation 4 gamers to migrate over to the PlayStation 5. I get it. From a gaming company, from a corporation, whatever you want to call it, I get it. Like, I see it from both perspectives, but I'm always going to side with the gamer, because I'm a gamer myself first and foremost. So I'm always going to side with them. So the fact that like Santa Monica is dropping this DLC on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, beautiful. I love to see it. I love to see it, and I want to see more of this. I do want to see more of this. But there's another argument as well that, you know, maybe the expansion or the DLC that you want to drop, there's certain things that's going to be in the DLC or expansion that can't, I mean, that the PlayStation 4 can't, you know, handle in terms of performance or whatever it is. So there's arguments for it, but I like to see stuff like this. And basically, we're just getting a bloody palace. If you played Devil May Cry, you know what I'm talking about. Bloody Palace. That's basically what we're getting. So I like it. I think it's it's got a bit of story to it as well. I think they recommended that you play it after you finished the game. So yeah, and God of War Ragnarok. Beautiful game. Anyway, we've also got PlayStation 5 console exclusive Rise of the Ronin out in March. That was a game that I was so basically the ones that I highlighted in blue, they're the ones that really stood out to me, and the ones that I highlighted in yellow, they're the ones that I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But again, I've got friends that, you know, are looking at that game and like thinking, okay, and I've got one eye on the game, not both eyes, but one eye on the game, you know what I'm saying, like that. Anyway, Final Fantasy 16 first expansion out on PlayStation 5 comes out in spring 2024. I do like what I saw. It looks like we're getting a lot of story content as well. I think it's also again like a bloody palace situation where you're just battling harder bosses. Was it gun up levels and stuff like that? But yeah, like because I like the game, this is a standout. Was it for me? I can understand why it might not be standout to you or others that played it but didn't particularly enjoy it that much. But yeah, that was a standout to or for me, should I say. PlayStation 5 action game, Black Myth Wukong. Now we got the August 2024 release date. This game looks godlike. No pun intended, because if you know about the lore and Chinese lore, they're gods, you know what I'm saying? Demigods and gods. So yeah, it looks godlike. So I've got both eyes firmly fixated on that game. What's that? So oh yeah, and also Sega are releasing new Crazy Taxi Jet Set Radio, but Jet Set Radio. Oh my god! Actually, do you know what? I was hoping they'd do Jet Set Future because I do prefer Jet Set Future to Jet Set Radio. If you played the original Xbox or you had the Dreamcast, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Future were godlike games, and I've got Jet Set Radio on the PS Vita as well. So I would have preferred that they did Jet Set Radio Future, but maybe they're testing the water. Also, we're getting a new Shinobi game. Oh my god, bat. Oh, come on. We're getting Shinobi. We're also getting Streets are see, this is the thing, we're getting Streets of Rage as well, but I don't know, man. Like the trailer I saw and stuff, like it looked alright, but with Streets of Rage 4, that game is godlike. And I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I don't know, I don't know. And these are all meant to be remakes. So I'm definitely got my eyes on was it Jet Set Radio? I definitely got my eyes on Shinobi. The others, I'm just like, I don't know. But again, you know what I mean? Like if you grew up with the Sega Mega Drive, Master System, Mega Drive 2, you grew up in that era and you play these retro games like I did, then there's a lot of nostalgia and you're gonna have like, you know, deeper feelings to these games getting remade, you know. But with the but yeah, with the Streets of Rage, I don't know, man. Streets of Rage 4 is a beautifully godlike game. Godlike game. Anyway, so we also got Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero is, you know, new Budokai, whatever. Look, what I will say is that I'm not really into these games, but I love Dragon Ball. I grew up, you know, watching Dragon Ball back in the days when I was in primary school, when all I could watch it on was VHS. I mean, back in them days, and it wasn't English; it was always Spanish or French. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the goddamn word that they were saying, but I understood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm always going to have an attachment to Dragon Ball. But yeah, it looks good, and you know, and for you lot out there that love Dragon Ball and love Budokai and stuff like that, you're probably like this, rubbing your hands together, thinking, "I can't wait." Oh no, let me know in the comment section down below if you're hyped for this Dragon Ball game, because it's all got the super characters, so they're going into the super lore, which is about time in my personal opinion, and the movie. So yeah. Also, Warhammer, was it 40k, 4K, whatever you call it, Space Marines 2. It's locked for September 2024. We got a release date there. That game looks fucking sick. It was it like every time I see trailers and stuff for that game, I get a lot of Gears of War vibes as well. I love Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. I think they're amazing games, and I get a lot of vibes like when I look at Warhammer. And for you out there, if you love Warhammer, I know that you're like rubbing your hands together, you're hyped. It looks good. I can't cap. It looks good. Like to the point where I definitely want to like play it. I definitely want to get tap buttons, and I definitely want to like play it. I definitely want to try it. We got extraction shooter, Exoborn, forecast extreme weather conditions on PlayStation 5. That looked like something. The first Descendant on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 coming out summer 2024. That looks good. I can't lie, but I'm not really into the online multiplayer kind of thing, but it does look good. So I might actually like try it. I might sample it. I might touch it. I might tap some buttons on that. So yeah, man, they're like the only games, the only trailers and stuff of games that I was really interested in. Like I said before, like Hideo Kojima, I'm always gonna like have one eye open in regards to the games that he's working on. and stuff. I didn't particularly enjoy Death Stranding. I put in 8 hours of that game on the PlayStation 5 Definitive Director's Edition or Director's Cut or whatever it's called. And yeah, I tried. I really, really tried. I couldn't get into it. Graphically, the game is beautiful. I love the performances from the actors and the characters. The story looks crazy, but that's you know what I mean? But that's Kojima for you. The music is good, can't lie. But yeah, I just couldn't get into that game. I tried, I really tried. You know what I mean? So when he came out on stage with Jordan Peele and he's up here like talking about OD, that was it. Listen, I know Jeff Keighley is friends with Kojima. I know that, like, you know, when Konami did Kojima dirty, he was the first to come out and make everybody know about the fuckeries. And I do respect him for that. But his bromance that he has with Kojima is crazy to me, because this Don, yeah, came on stage for 8 minutes, yeah, with Jordan Peele, and they hardly said nothing about this goddamn game that they're working on. And they dropped this tech demo trailer, because that's what it looks like to me, a tech demo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this thinking, okay. Then they're hyping it up like, oh, this is gonna be this game-changing game and whatever, hyping it up. And listen, we've had it before with No Man's Sky. We've had it before with CD Projekt Red, with Cyberpunk. We've had it before with Starfield. Like, we've had it before with games, you know. And it just seems like the gamers, like the gamers' thought process is like, I don't know, it's 50-50 to me. You have a bunch of people that like, yeah, it's the best thing since sliced bread and brown bread, or chocolate spread and brown bread, should I say? Because I don't like white bread, you know. And you have the other half of the gaming community that's just like, you know, that's to be decided. I'll wait until the game comes out. But with Hideo Kojima, it's like everybody or the majority is just on this brother's nutsacks. And I just think to myself that, like, he hasn't, I don't know, man, like gaming is subjective. Game is subjective because it's art, isn't it? So there is no real right and wrong opinion when it comes to something that is subjective. But I just think that, like, when I look at his body of work, like with Zone of Ender Second Runner, Metal Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, Phantom Pain. Well, actually, I didn't really like 4 too much, but there was something I liked about 4, but overall I didn't like it. And Phantom Pain, I just think, since, I mean, like, to me, he had just as more like just as much misses than hits. And I just think because we grew up with a lot of the games that he made, again, going back to the nostalgia thing, I think a lot of people just have like this Google-eyed expression and this thing with him. And the fact that my man allowed him to be up on stage for like 8 minutes talking garbage is just ridiculous to me. So I'm not counting OD because I don't even know what I was even fucking looking at, man. That was just some bullshit. That was some bullshit. But yeah, so that's pretty much, actually, let me check something. Yeah, so that's basically it, man. That is basically it. So that was my thoughts, opinions in regards to the 2023 Game Awards. I always take more stock in the Golden Joystick because that's dominantly voted by the gamers, and I think that means, listen, in my personal opinion, I think it's like it should either be 50-50, yeah, in the voting, or it should just be like 70 for the gamers and 30 for the game access media, because they don't pay for it. They hardly pay for it in them games. They get early access, they get free shit and free games all the time. They don't finish these games in regards to the reviews and stuff. Echo chambers, bubbles, like I said before, compared to like us gamers, we go out and we buy the game and we play it and we give our raw thoughts and opinions regarding, I mean, like, in regards of if we're going against the wave or if we're riding that wave, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I just think that is more of a informative, valid opinion So I think that most game award shows should be either 50-50, or it should be majority for the gamers and minority for the gaming access media. So with these award shows, especially like this one, you got to take it with a pinch of salt, in my personal opinion. As time's gone on, they're just getting longer. You see more ads and stuff like that, which is kind of like part of the reason why it's just like longer than what it needs to be, and it gets dragged out. Oh, I will say, I will say as well, like the Final Fantasy Rebirth performance, beautiful. I love that. Most of the performances were actually really, really good. I can't lie. I won't cap. So that was good. Not all of them, but most of them, in my opinion. So I did enjoy it and stuff. But yeah, I much prefer the golden joystick because it is voted majority by the gamers. So yeah, I just hope that that can somehow be as big as this. I don't know, man. Um, is there any way or any thoughts that I think that they could do to improve the game show, like the game award, should I say? Um, I think they should at least allow the winners to speak for at least like more than a minute. Like that would help. You know, maybe 2-3 minutes max. You know, and playing that music trying to like usher them off is kind of a bit like annoying. You know, like you ask these people to come, yeah, they win awards, and you're pushing them off stage quickly. Like it don't make no sense to me. So like, I think in future, just make everybody aware that you've literally got 2-3 minutes and you've got to come off the stage. Like, just be firm in that, um, and be consistent. Like, don't allow someone like Kojima, just because he's your best friend, to be on there for 8 minutes talking shit. But people that win awards, they can't be up. They can't be up there for more than 60 seconds. That doesn't even make any sense. So be a bit more firm in that. I think that they need to reduce the time. Like, listen, this 3.5, nearly 4 hour bullshit needs to stop. I know that it's been longer in the past and whatever, but I think that this should not be longer than 3 hours. I mean, it should be no longer than 3 hours, in my opinion. They need to they need to also I think it was like, obviously I can say they need to do whatever they're gonna do, what they're gonna do, but I think that they should change the voting system and make it 50-50 at least. So therefore you don't have to have stuff like the player's choice, the player's voice award, because that just tells you everything you need to know. The fact that they have an award like that. So I think they should make it 50-50. So therefore it's more fair, it's more realistic, it's more representative of the gaming community, because it isn't just the people who's got access and the gaming media. So yeah. And I think that they should reduce the advertisement, because it's ridiculous. Like, it's a bam, bam, bam everywhere, you know. And if you're going to pad it out, you should pad it out with like more trailers, for example, that are connected to gaming. So it could be TV shows, anime, advertise that more maybe, and have maybe more performances, you know, from musicians that worked on games, soundtracks and stuff. You know, I don't know, make it more game centric. You know, make it even more game centric, and I mean, like, you can expand into other mediums while still keeping it about gaming. So yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, that I can't really think of much right now. So anyway, but let me know your thoughts, opinions in regards to how you think that they could improve the game awards in general. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Did you think it was long? Did you think it was boring? Did you really enjoy it? Did you think the games and the studios and the people that won the awards, do you think that it, like, they deserve to win it? Do you think that anybody got robbed? And also, what do you think or feel, regardless of what side of the spectrum you fall on, in regard to a game like Hogwarts Legacy coming out, being really popular, making a lot of money, but not being nominated once? Does that devalue the credibility of an award show like that, where they can be so biased to a game just because they don't agree with the original creator of the lore? Let me know in the comment section down below, or the chat, or whatever. So yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to chop out. I wanted to do this video yesterday, but I was really busy. I was tired as well. Got back from work, so yeah, man. Oh yeah, and also what I do want to say, I will finish off by saying this as well. I think my eye is twitching. Is it twitching? Oh shit, I think it's twitching. Oh shit. See, that's how tired I am. Anyway, left eye twitching. So what I will say is that I would like to see a state of play or something in regards to focusing on these games, or even Xbox's their version of state of play. What's it called? I can't remember what it's even called now. But anyway, like I want to see them both come out with their games, games that are exclusive to their platform as well, exclusive IPs. But like especially PlayStation, because you know I'm more of a PlayStation gamer, to be honest with you. I can't cap, gotta keep it real. This channel's kind of built around me and PlayStation gaming and stuff. But anyway, but yeah, me personally, I want to see and hear more about Stellar Blade. This game's been in production for a hot minute, just like Lost Soul aside. And I'm looking at a game like Phantom Blade Zero. That game looks godlike, but it seems like that game is going to be pushed in the same category as the first two I just mentioned, where we don't really hear about it. Then we get a trailer. We don't get any was it any release date, whether it's to come out like 2024, 2025, give us a quarter or a month. I don't know, but we need something definitive when it comes to these games. So, and obviously we like Tekken 8 is coming out real soon, so I don't really need to hear or see much about that. Death Stranding 2, you know, yeah, it is what it is. Hades 2, I'm looking forward to Hades 2 as well. And yeah, I think that like in the future, GTA 6, I think the game may be coming out like 2025, so that's a hot minute, but I don't mind, you know what I mean? I don't mind. As long as they give us a year, then it's cool. When devs like don't give us like a definitive like year, like I mean like a timestamp or something, then that's when I'm a bit like, oh god, this is gonna be the never-ending story. And that's how I feel about these three like top games, like Stellar Blade, Lost Soul Side, and Phantom. Well, maybe not Phantom Blade Zero, because that game like got announced recently. So I don't know. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be rambling, and I don't want to be doing that. So what I will say is, please let me know what you think about this format. I'm thinking about maybe like doing a lot of like my content like this as well, making it a bit more interactive, so you can come on here and interact with me, and we can chop it up as well. And maybe I might end up doing like a show a week, like one show like this a week, like me by myself, or eventually I get I mean like the man them to come up on here, you know, my fellow G's, my fellow gamers out there, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, let me know what you think about this in general, this format, this setup, instead of the pre-recorded videos and stuff like that. If you prefer this format, then let me know, then maybe I can switch over and do a lot of my content like this. The reviews and stuff, if I do end up switching over to this permanently, the reviews obviously will be, you know, pre-recorded and so forth and so on. But yeah, I just want to just jump on here and just, you know what I mean, just spit all things about gaming, man. Just talk about tapping buttons, you know what I'm saying, on that D-pad. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, this podcast, shall I say, the What's Tapping podcast. And yeah, if you did, please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification if you like man's content or any of my videos. You can also hit me up on the social, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, Jay's Gamepad across the board. You ain't got to type, tap, press anything else but that. And also, if you want to find me or hit me up on PlayStation, my gaming name is MrGhostProtocol. So I guess I will see you and speak to you real soon. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Peace, everybody.